friends, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how to analyze a function and see if it is linear or not. Remember, the word linear is just a fancy way of saying a line, right? We've got a line here. So we want to know if a function is a line or not. Let's start first by having this equation. And this equation right here says y equals the absolute value of x. Remember, the absolute value is how far away something is from 0. So what we're going to do first is make an xy chart here. Mine's going to be a little sloppy here. That way I can make sure you guys can see it. We're going to pick some numbers. Let's say -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. All right, so what we need to do is plug our x in and determine what we get for y. Let's start at 0. If I plug absolute value of 0, how far away is 0 from 0? 0 spots. If I do absolute value of +1, that is 1 spot away from 0, so y would equal 1. Absolute value of 2 is going to be +2. Now let's talk about these negative ones. Y equals absolute value of -2. The absolute value of -2 is +2 because it's only 2 spots away. Remember, absolute value is always going to be a positive number. So that's going to be +2. And if we do the same thing for let's try writing that correctly. If we do the same thing for -1, we get the absolute value of -1 is 1. So now let's go ahead and graph this guy. We go over -2 up 2, okay, over -1 up 1, over 0 up 0, over 1 up 1, over 2 up 2. So those are all of our points that we've graphed right here. All right, friends, go ahead and draw that in. You can see that this is not a linear function because it's got 2 lines, but they're folded back on each other. It's a V rather than a straight line. So this function right here would not be considered a linear function. Also, one thing too is sometimes you'll see it written like this. If you haven't already learned about function form, the f of x is just a real fancy way of saying y. So you may see the f of x or you may see the y. Hope this helps.